Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco Podcast.
Yeah, trucker, blast trucker. Hey, life. Also Puerto Rican. Ladies and gentlemen, Cool Steve Jackson.
Yo! What's going on, everybody?
Hey.
Welcome to the Midnight Paco Podcast.
Yeah,
I'm right here.
Yeah, as always, you can follow me at Justin Fuller Comedy on Instagram.
I am the _great_COREE. That's where you can find me. Or you can find us both on the Midnight Paco Podcast. As you see, we have a very special guest in the house. We got Mr. Rob Allen in the house, y'all.
Junior in
Rob
the
Allen
place.
Jr. Make some noise. Where can they find you at, Rob Allen Jr.?
They can find me at Rob Allen Jr. That's it. All my other shit was hacked. All that.
Ooh.
Y'all can find me under Rob Allen Jr.
On Facebook.
Episode of the Midnight Paco Podcast brought to you in part by the Acumen Paralegal Services. Help you help yourself the legal way. The services that they offer is they help with documents that need to be typed, guardianships, probate, divorce, wills and trust, complaints, business organization, financial planning, and legal research and writing. Go ahead and give them a call at 216-727-0049 or 216-456-2000. Michelle White will get you right.
Rob Allen Comedy. Yo, Rob Allen, man, can you give us some background, brother? Can you tell me when you started comedy?
Man, I started, I keep 100, and I was going to do my 35th anniversary. But you know what? I it was just like, do I got 35 real friends that's going to show up to the motherfucker? And I ain't do it. But I started comedy August the 20th, 1988. Buried my father August 30th, a week before that. And I was in Army Reserves, a couple of friends of mine was like, man, you need to go down to the Cleveland Comedy Club, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, man, whatever. They was like, man, no. And I went down there, and I did the amateur night, and man, it was just a rush.
Where was that?
Hold on. That shit out.
Get it out.
It was at the Cleveland Comedy Club.
Okay.
Yeah, it was where the baseball field is now. Years and years ago, I was an ancient man. I still had this silver
I was
tooth.
10 years old.
1988?
Yeah.
I was only born in
I was 7.
Yeah, but it don't matter. I still had this silver tooth. I thought about doing big things in my life,
Yeah, you were 20 years old at this.
Yeah, I still had hair. I had high top everything. I don't know what the fuck happened.
You didn't put powder in it, like.
Enough of your games, Justin. I don't want to hear no more about my powder. I couldn't get dye in my hair. My father wouldn't let me get dye in my hair.
Oh, man.
I couldn't even get earrings. My dad was like, earrings are to beautify a woman. So get dye in my hair like Kwame and them was out of the question. So I put powder in there, and it was fly.
What color would it end up being? White?
Yeah. Being a young guy with some white powder, man, come on, man. That was fly.
I said, nobody was fucking with you trying to get it out your head at school.
No.
Hey, how long you did that?
During a day.
During the 90s.
Like a year?
No, probably for a summer or two.
Oh, that was cool. You're going to have to get a bit to get some settlement money in that soon. The fuck is wrong with you? Well, you going to throw some powder on me.
Now I got cervical cancer. It's like, God damn it.
No, we ain't going to talk about that.
They got.
But it might be wrong.
They found asbestos in baby powder.
Yeah.
So you might have some. That's why you went bald, huh?
Yes, that's why I lost my hair. God damn it.
I blame my shit on
That's curl.
I didn't even never have enough to get a curl. I just had enough to get like, you almost could get a curl. But since you light skinned, we ain't gonna let you get no motherfucking curl. Big head motherfucker. And they ain't let me get no curl. But fuck a curl anyway.
I know.
I lost my hair anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I think I lost my hair because I used that Men for Just. Whatever that shit. I kept trying to keep my shit black. Like, oh yeah, the hoes gonna love this shit black. And that shit stayed black, and it stayed black, and then it turned into a desert. It turned into an army field.
Damn.
And I say, fuck it.
I'm gonna shave it off.
Yeah, I might try to keep it shaved now and then, but it be like, damn, go over here. You gotta cut down this army field. You poor head motherfucker.
So you guys got something in common. Y'all both was in the Army Reserves.
Oh yeah, 428 Supply and Service. We used to be across the street from Tri-C East. Where were you?
I was up in
Brooklyn. When?
No, I was up in Erie.
Erie. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Erie,
yeah,
Pennsylvania. Yeah.
I mean, my unit was stationed out of Cambridge Springs, but it was an infantry unit, the Pennsylvania National Guard. Yeah.
And you know what? I thank all the little service time I did, man, because I was able.
How long did you do?
I did my little reserve time. I did. It was
6 years.
It was 6.
6 and 2.
2 off. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's what I did.
But I went to Honduras and did a show, and I didn't even have 15 minutes of comedy. And the dude ran around, and I had colonels and everything sitting in front of me in front of the show, and I wasn't ready. But I made some of them laugh. This was back when I first started comedy.
Okay.
But the little army, that was cool. It was cool.
It's a good experience, right?
Yeah, Grayling.
How old were you when you started there?
17.
Oh,
Woo!
wow. I joined when I was 25.
Yeah, I was 17. I hadn't even finished high school. The only reason they let me in there because I have this big ass head, and there's some shit up in there, and I had to pass my test by like extra points.
Right.
And I was like, ain't no problem, I got extra head, motherfucker.
Pause.
I'm about to pass this bitch, and then they was like, wow, you can go right now to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Boom. I jumped out 17, dropped out of school. I couldn't go regular. Because you had, you had to have a GFD or something. They said you can go in there and you can work on your GFD and that. I looked at that money little change. I was like, boom! I ran in that motherfucker.
Right. Yeah.
That shit was going bad out here, man.
No, I get you away. You're in an area. You're making money. You're doing something with yourself. You're working out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's a forced workout. It's.
Man, fuck all that shit. Look here, we doing comedy now.
Yeah.
We
Hey, you know what? Not to. I don't want you to brag, or this is not for the flex, but this is just the facts. Can you run down some of the things you did for the people that don't know?
Oh, what I do? I've been on tour with a bunch of motherfuckers. I opened up for Patti LaBelle, Steve Harvey, Martin Lawrence, Robin Harris, Sam Kinison, Jamie Foxx, Martin Lawrence,
Bernie Mac,
Joe. I can't even, I did some shit in my life, man. DC Young Fly, Carlos Miller, one of my faves, a bunch of peoples.
Yeah. What about Comic View?
Yeah, I was on that motherfucker like 8 years or something in a row. Yeah, I was like on that, and then I won that award with Red Fox Cutting Edge. I still got it. Somebody got it in my family. I was like, I don't want it. I might end up in a homeless shelter. What I'm gonna be doing with a goddamn Red Fox Award from BT Cutting Edge. I think it was 94, 95. It was award show, everything. It was beautiful.
Man, shout out to Comic View, man, because without Comic View, I don't think I would be doing the thing. Because Comic View and Def Comedy Jam,
right?
It's something that I grew up watching, and that was important. That was.
Right.
Like when you saw like comics that you never really heard of, or you probably normally wouldn't have heard of, you saw on Comic View, or you saw them on Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah, because you wouldn't have heard of me.
Yeah.
Think about it. I mean, people be coming up to me and be like, I remember you when I was 12 years old. And I be looking at the motherfucker like, damn, you look 70. How the fuck you remember me? Motherfucker, you older than me. But you watch me. You watched me before you was born. Before I was born. Oh.
But so you started doing comedy at what age? 20.
Yeah. 20. I was 20. My dad died on August 13th. August 20th, 1988, I started doing comedy. And I lived in East Cleveland on Dome. And I was in the Army Reserves. And I was going to Tri-C because I thought I could be a doctor. You know, because I had extra head. You know what I'm saying?
Pause.
When you only had GFD, you only had GFD, you might have to start off Tri-C first, be like, I can fuck with it. You know? And people ask me, like, why you going to Tri-C? I'm going to Tri-C. To see, can I go to CSU? I got to try to find out, can I fuck with this shit? Math. They got new math.
Yeah, that new math is something different.
Right?
That's something different.
They'd have just did regular math, I would have been a bad motherfucker. You know?
Yeah, who needs calculus?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm good.
No, this math is different, Jay. It's different from calculus. It's
Right.
new.
Oh, I know. My granddaughter has. I look at some of her homework. I'm like, you're 8 years old. What is this? Is weird.
Right,
I don't even know what this is right now.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
Oh, man.
Comic View. How did you get from 20 years old to Comic View?
I mean,
That's a journey.
No, you mean be on Comic View?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had these auditions. And they had these auditions in Columbus, Cleveland, little places. And then all the comics would show up, or they had you send in tapes or whatever. And boom, I mean, and what helped me is that I had worked before I was 21 years old. I had worked with Robin Harris, Steve Harvey. You know, not at their primes.
Right.
But when this guy Kenny Adams was booking them up at a place called the Jufa Day.
On Lee Road, Lee and Harbor,
Lee
right?
and Harbor,
In
right.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Right, it's Happy's now. Slappies.
Happy's.
You know, yeah, I call it Slappies. Yeah, that's what we cool. Hey, but so I had that, I boom, and then I think I hit him with that my little minutes, and they was like, oh, okay, he done some black shit,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was just you went and auditioned, basically, did your set. Now, how long, was the set? 15 minutes or?
No, man, it was a competition, actually. It was like a quarterfinals type of thing, this or that. And I remember the judges would call, the dude, it was basically Martin Show. It was the casting director for Martin Show. It was my dude that died, bald head dude, had 19 jobs.
Tommy.
And it was a girl used to have a little big booty. The dark.
Pam?
Yeah, it was Pam. And I went up against a couple of comedians. I think we all did good, but I know I won. I came back home, but I couldn't walk in the store. People were like, "You got robbed," but they actually picked the guy. And I could hear them across the stage, because they had the stage across there. It was like, well, they said, tell you, don't be dirty. And I wasn't dirty, because you wouldn't have showed my set.
Right.
And I wasn't that dirty. And they gave it to a dude that was a stand-in. And they knew, from shooting the dance and shots at the club and everything.
Dirty.
On the Martin Show.
I have a problem. I have a problem being dirty. I don't swear, but my material's borderline. That's for sure. I gotta try. Pete, R.I.P. Pete. He's always.
That'll always be my dude. I love Pete, man.
Shout out to Pete from the Funny Stop in Cuyahoga
And
Falls.
if anybody looking out here and think I never loved Pete, I love Pete like Pete loved me. And y'all don't understand, man. Some of the, the 5, 10 people that I ever gave a fuck about me, or I ever gave a fuck about my life, I done lost in the last few years. Oh man, so when he left, I got to go down there. I know.
Right.
I know. But man, come on, man. That man used to talk about me, and he was like, "That's one of my favorite comedians."
All the time.
Yeah.
I know he said that. Yep, I know he did.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like I said, he used to bring people in. I was there around, and he was like, he would bring people in. He'd be like, "You see, Rob Allen, he started here. He started coming here. You see, Steve Harvey, he started right here." And then he appointed me like Cool C. When he first went up, he did 2 minutes. I'm like,
2 minutes. I think he only did 1:30, dog.
but at least he gave me 2 minutes.
Look, you keep saying 2 minutes.
That's what Pete said.
Yeah, all the time.
It's gonna be a half hour.
Yeah.
Look, Cool C, he did 45 minutes.
He's ready to film a special right now over there.
No, man. No, it comedy.
Hey, look, this week, go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, comedy is a journey, man.
Oh,
Huge, I definitely went up there and gave them 1:30 seconds of fire and got off stage. I was up there like, da 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 da, and that's all I got, y'all.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. That's what happened.
Right.
No.
I didn't even think Pete saw that.
Man, Pete was cool.
Oh, yeah. No, he sees everything, man.
But, hey, let me just say this real quick. I know some people just watch me, and that's when you know a motherfucker homeless. When he inside the house, and he and he stopping the wind. What the fuck was I just doing? I was stopping the wind.
You was blocking the wind indoors.
I'm so used to being at the camp. Hey, but Pete, let me tell you something. Pete was the first dude that hired me as a headliner to do a whole week in a predominantly white club.
Okay.
And it was more than a predominantly white club. It was Cuyahoga Falls.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
And he did, I came up there, I kept hustling, all in his face, cussed me out. He cussed me out because he loved me. And if he cussed y'all out, he loved y'all.
Right.
all the time.
And then if he didn't cuss you out, that mean, hey, look, he wasn't no bad dude. And at all.
Right.
And,
No, not at all. He gets so many people opportunities.
But he'd talk that shit sometime
All the time.
and cuss everybody out. And then he'd be like, next week you feature for the week.
Right.
And they'd be like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? I didn't. You cussed me out earlier, but I'm featuring next week for the headliner.
That's how you do.
Yeah, that's how
And make you feel like a person. You could be at the worst time in your life, and he said, "No, you a person." So I'm finna get on the radio and tell everybody it's you're the feature, and this boom, and boom, you go down there, you somebody now.
Right.
And Pete made you feel like somebody, man.
Yeah.
I miss him, man. And, dude, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a real emotional people.
Hey, of
course. I mean, really, man. I know I need to get down there, and I will soon. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So Rob, like, tell me something about like, all right. So you started off, you did open mics, you had 5 minutes. Like, when did you know that you had like time? Like, how did you develop time?
You know what? I developed time through when you find out you're a comedian. Now you're gonna be so observant. This ain't stealing, but you're gonna be so observant. There's gonna be motherfuckers around you. They gonna say funny shit,
Right.
and you're gonna be like, this motherfucker is the art director at Tri-C or some shit. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker ain't finna do no comedy. And you could be like, man, I'm taking that. You ain't gotta tell him, be like, motherfucker, that was funny.
Right.
And go turn into your own shit, now boom.
Oh, you know how many people, shit, you tell people you do it, motherfuckers offer you, I got a joke for you.
And that'd be the worst shit ever. That'd be the worst. It'd be
Say this on stage.
Stock joke.
I got one for you.
Yeah.
And you be like, that's my joke. Motherfucker, how the fuck you gonna tell me to do my... Do the Black Star, dude. Hey, let me tell you how to go.
What the fuck? Damn.
No, so I mean, but all right. So you started doing comedy, and you start getting books. You being featured and stuff like how was it when it was like you got an hour? Do you have a half an hour? Like how do you know?
It took a while. Anybody to tell y'all, and it's true in comedy, man. Anybody tell y'all they got 430 of their own original minutes, and they've been doing comedy 2 years, a year, 6 months, they lying. They done went in front of some open mics, made people laugh, and that's cool. Open mics is good.
Mm-hmm.
But you talking about 30 minutes. It take years to come up with 30 minutes. 30 of I'm talking about killer minutes where they could call you and be like, this person, this big comic ain't here. Can you run down here and do this show?
Right.
Cause they know you got that 30 minutes.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, see, we talk about that all the time. Like, I feel like I have a round, but, you do. But when you play it back, too, sometimes, like, I think the most I've ever done on stage so far was 19.
That's a good time. That's a good time.
Yeah.
Even if it didn't all go well, that was,
Yeah.
Long as you ain't did it and the motherfucker was paying you.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
right.
Because you know what I'm talking about. People, like, how much time you really think you got? Hard, 15?
I think I got, because
20,
I have more material, so it all depends on.
20, 25.
At least 25. I say at least 25.
Take 5 off of it all the time.
I haven't done it.
But put 10 on it.
Right.
If you like, no, I'm gonna fuck with them. I see what they want.
Right.
And then I'm gonna tell you, we get green rooms. We get green rooms at comedy shows. But check this out. Go check out the room first. Check out that vibe of the room. Don't sit in the green room.
Oh, yeah.
I sit in the green room now. But motherfuckers see me come out and I check the vibe of the crowd. And I'll be like, okay.
That's the key. Because he always, that's what I'm trying to get more into, because usually, like, when I go and do a show, I'll know what I want to do, what's set.
Right.
But we'll get there, because I have, like I said, there's certain things I can talk about, and I've learned there's certain things that in certain rooms they're not a fan of, you know what I mean? So he always showed me how to sit there and look at the room and pick out, what material would go good with said room, I guess you could say.
Right.
If there's a lot more females, you can use this material. If there's more dudes, you probably don't want to touch on that, because, what are you going to talk about relationships for? There are barely any chicks here. You know what I mean? They don't want to hear that shit. Right. So it's, to have that material, though, to be able to switch on and off is crazy,
I just fucked y'all up with that, didn't it?
So, okay, so.
So, like you said, you gotta just.
Yeah, so like tell me, like, how do you. I know you got, like, a repertoire, you got a lot of ammo in your head. So, how do you listen to the other comics? Do you watch, like, say you're headlining? Do you see what the other comics said, or do you, like...
You know what? I got to watch piece of it, because it might not even be the comic. The comic might be doing hey, look, this is my act. This is how I got booked.
Right.
I'm doing my act. This man paid me for. I'm not reading off no motherfucking paper.
Right.
This my shit. And they might not like it. And then you'll look at it and be like, well, why they don't like it? They'll be like, well, he may be too dirty.
Right.
Or actually, he may be too clean. Or actually, he may be too... just regular, but they might want to, they want some over the top shit.
Okay.
So that's why I watch it, and I can tell that in a few minutes I'll be like, okay, I can do this. I don't do that, because as soon as you hear somebody do this, say this, a couple of people say this in the crowd. When they do that,
so
they on some other shit. Fuck them. Do the joke anyway, motherfucker. Shit, fuck them. Like you just said a bad word or something like, yeah, the motherfucker. Like, I can't believe you just said that word. Fuck that. Do the word. Fucking.
So how you feel about comics going up with notebook papers or looking at their phone?
Hey, don't look at your phones. Don't look at the notebook paper. I do that shit during open mic. Bring the books out on open mic. It's cool. That's what you there for. You an open mic doing, they take a box of pizza up there. You write it on that. But if a motherfucker giving you some money, don't go up there with no notebook, no paper. They relied on. They thought you was funny from what they seen. They didn't know they was gonna charge motherfuckers for you to be the second, third motherfucker in the show, and you just took a notebook or some paper up in that motherfucker.
Right.
Don't do that. if you ain't got 20 minutes and that's what they want to pay you for, tell them you got 10. It's all right. They still might want you in the show. Be like, okay, well, I'll give you this for this. And when you get that 20, call me. When you get that 30, call me. 40, call me.
You said it was other tricks you could do other than bringing that paper or the phone.
People, you can write comments. You can write. You see where your hand is when you grab the mic. You can write a couple of little subjects. Don't write you can't write no joke, motherfucker. Don't forget it shouldn't even be a joke. You can't remember the joke, but it should be a subject. You write 2 subjects right around your finger, right there. And when you grab the mic, you can look at it. If you keep your hand in the right place, they'll never see it. And the other one is the little napkin trick. You know, grab a napkin. This is a napkin. You know, right? Write 4, 5 subjects down. Not the subjects you know you're going to do, but the ones you want to do, the ones you think you might not remember. Mm-hmm. And you write them down. And then you go up there with your drink. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, napkin there. Go grab your drink. Boom. You hit that motherfucker one time, you seen the subject, you ain't done. There go 5 minutes right there. Off one subject, but I got 4, 5 of them that I can fuck with or whatever. You know, the cheat game from Rob Allen.
Right.
You know, send me $5 to Rob Allen Comedy 06. Now that's me. Rob Allen Comedy 06 on what's that? Cash App. Yeah. Rob Allen Comedy 06. I'ma send that shit to you. Just be like, tell him to request it.
I'll put the link. I'll put the link in.
No, that's the real me. That's the only Rob. You know what I'm saying?
That matters.
Or it might not even be Rob Allen Comedy. Hold on. Hey, look, I ain't out scamming no motherfucker.
No, but basically, what he's saying is
I'm broke, motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. Shit.
What he's saying is, if you on a paid show, don't go up there with your phone.
Man.
Or a notepad or some paper.
Shit, I watched a headliner.
Yeah.
$sign Rob Allen Comedy 06.
Yeah, that's me. Y'all heard him say it. And he got a job. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I heard you, my man. Dude, I've seen headliners do it too. You a headliner. I'm gonna stop my show. I'll take the penalty. The lost wage, whatever, but I'm not just gonna stand up there and
well, nowadays
pull out no paper because I forgot. That was my job to remember.
Right.
And I forgot. I forgot to do an hour. They told me to do an hour. I forgot to do 45. I forgot to do 30. Motherfucker said he gave me 50 for 15.
I seen somebody pull, I was watching the show. I got up, go to the bathroom, came back. They had the paper on the stool, did his time, and then for the last 15 minutes, just had people yell out words, and so he would talk about trying to get crowd work and everything. I'm like, this is a paid show where people pay money to. It's crazy. How I don't know.
No, my thing is, I understand.
Nobody local.
I watch people pull out their phones and do their jokes off their phones. I watch people pull out them notepads and this and that. And man, you trying to get your show better. I ain't mad at you.
Right.
But don't let nobody pay you. And you lie and say, I got 20.
Right.
I had a comedian. I said, can you do 25, 30? And they said, yeah. And then they brung somebody with them. And it was a great club I had, in somewhere in Ohio. And that person was closer to that club than me. And that person came in there that night. I was giving good money. Cause nice budget, food, everything. For, everybody beautiful. And that person brought another comic in there and said, was just giving me the money. They gonna do some of my time. And I said, I should have never booked you.
Wow.
So the person that they brought in there to do that time, because it was a thing that don't no comedy clubs do. It ain't no you get a meal. All your food was free.
Oh, okay.
All your drinks was free, And I was looking like, wow, I can't believe these guys doing this. Ain't giving me a budget to pay the comedians.
Right.
This one I made sure I stayed out of the promoter game. And they came in there, they was ordering drinks for their friends. You know, they already came in and told me this comedian doing my show. Now that person ordering drinks and food like they was part of the show. You ain't even on the flyer. So you done added me an extra person. You ain't did your job.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Well, you know how people, they like to take advantage, and it's not a good thing.
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
Especially when you're generous like that. That's good. You give opportunities. It seems like, so you've been in the game how many years?
Like 85.
Nice.
So
A senior in the
25 extra after the night, nigga. I don't know.
Yeah.
So Rob Island, you've been in more places than just Kinsman.
I've been every year. I played soccer in France. Scuba dived in the Mediterranean, motherfucker.
And went to the Bulls and
Man, I went to Spain. I've been to Spain. I watched bull ride. Motherfucker don't, ain't no problem, man. Motherfucker look like you. What you doing now? Where you at now?
No,
hey, no shit.
I know. I watched.
Yeah, this is life.
I watched bullfights in Spain. That was no bullfight. It was this motherfucker with a crazy motherfucker with a red flag. Then I started asking how much money you get because I was drunk. Hey, you know what I'm saying? We was in Madrid. No, they weren't gonna let me down. They looked at that.
Fuck him.
They like, no, he ain't that nose.
Running around with that bitch like a cape. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm from EC. Oh man, but I thank God my life ended today, and I hope it don't. But man, I appreciate the comedy what comedy did. I got to see the world. I was on TV. I still get recognized. I seen some person the other day, and they recognized me. I remember you. You the comedian, ain't you? I'm like, I ain't been on TV in a minute. And like, no, I remember you. Man, I used to watch you when I was in jail. I was like, oh, bruh. Then I had to run from the motherfucker. I'm like, so man, I said, you been out for a while though, ain't you? He was like, no, I just got out. I'm like, motherfucker, I ain't been on TV in 20 years. I ain't been on TV. I'm cold. I ain't been on TV. Motherfucker, this motherfucker. Like, you done killed somebody. Who the fuck you done killed, motherfucker? Talking about Hollywood.
Yo.
You said it was like, so if you have a BET plays all that shit, don't they? They play Comic View?
I don't have BET. I guess you got to be subscribed to it.
You got to be subscribed nowadays?
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. They don't want me. I got banned from the motherfucker.
You got banned from BET?
Yeah, man. Remember? I thought we said this already.
No.
That was the pregame.
You never told us.
I think we were gonna get into it.
I got banned from Comic View. I was on there like 8 straight years, man. I won awards. It was like, I was right there with everybody. And then I got on there. I was like, I'm about to fuck them up. It was in Miami. I was like, oh man, I'm about to, I'm going to Miami.
Right.
I look like I look like a motherfucker. I had hair.
How old were you?
I look like.
How old were you?
2000, 2003. That was 20 years ago. So I was 30-something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prime.
I was still playing flag football. Okay. I'm in the Hall of Fame for Cleveland flag football. One of the baddest motherfuckers ever played.
What team?
Cleveland Dogs.
What position?
I played corner. I played rusher. I played rusher too.
Okay.
I just knocked motherfuckers, big motherfuckers out. Yeah. Linebacker, all that.
Love it.
Yeah. USCFL. I had my own league called UFA.
Okay.
That's when y'all know a motherfucker drunk.
Cause they built.
Yeah. But they talking like I ain't even finished.
Okay, so
look, that weird shit again, like we outside. Yeah.
Like that beach.
Cover that shit.
Cover it up, man. Block the wind.
So you're 30, 35 years old.
And you on Comic View. What happened, man?
You're in Miami.
I mean, what you mean? What happened? I had to do some things that popped up, man. You know, in life, man, just.
You said you was banned from Comic View.
Oh yeah. That was one of the things that happened in life. These motherfuckers banned me because I did a joke. First they was mad because I took some a bag of doo-doo up there. It wasn't even real doo-doo.
What the fuck?
It was some chocolate bars.
Oh, okay.
And they got mad because I said, this when only white people picked up the dog shit. This back in the early 2000s. And I said, white people should never get robbed, especially while they walking their dogs. They got mad at that. I know they did. That started it off. And I had the dog doodle. I'd be like, get the fuck away. And I was waving it like, I hit you with this dog shit. And they ain't like that. I knew it. So then I was like, fuck them. Then I talked about motherfuckers back then, 20-something years ago, was wearing their pants down. And I said, I don't know how they doing it. They gonna get caught by the police, blah, blah, blah. I said, but these motherfuckers, I said they didn't got caught by the police with their pants and fell out of their trip. I said, they gonna, next year, motherfucker gonna be out. And I pulled my pants, I pulled to my mid-thigh, and I put my drawers to the end of my head. My ass was out like
And that's why you got banned?
Like a motherfucker. It was yellow, too.
And that's why you got banned?
Oh, no. I didn't get banned because of that. Because I didn't show them shit. It was just a little yellow piece of flat ass. And they was like, oh, we don't fuck with him. That little bitty ass, light skinned motherfucker. But it was the models that was sitting on the stage and they was facing the crowd. They said I had my shit out and all that, like waving and oh, come on. I made sure I stopped it right there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then look, dude. Then my dumb ass, instead of putting my pants up, it was a chick. When you walk out, they be like, hey, wow, one more. I'm walking off the stage. I ain't even put my pants up. It's a model right where the steps where we go off stage, and I'm humping on her.
Well, that's why, Rob.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's why you got banned there, Rob.
Hey, look, I went back to look, like, I killed these motherfuckers. Like, I ain't done shit. I done bombed everything, but I'm on here humping bitches. Hey, them motherfuckers took me, like, they came to the little room where all the comedians was. They was like, hey, the president and the superintendent or whoever this motherfucker was, they was like, they want to see you. And I'm like, oh man, shit, I'm finna host next. Yeah.
Like you was like, I tore that shit up.
Man, I go in there. It's two polices. It's two polices in there. We did this show in Miami. They said you can't show your chest, your breast, your booty, your ass, your dick. And then, and you know, after they had said that about the model saying that, and I already showed my ass. They was like, man, we could arrest you right now for these qualifications of arrestment.
So we up here chilling with Rob Allen, y'all. Cleveland's own Rob Allen.
Right. All this comedy, your life and all this shit. Why did you start? Like, who were some of your influences?
Richard Pryor was the baddest motherfucker ever. That his nose was almost like mine, bigger. He was a funny motherfucker, and he said shit like it was. You know, he didn't hold back, and that's what I loved about it. My grandpa, all the motherfuckers used to play, you know, before they left, and then they play his albums. I be like, this motherfucker, he the teacher.
Right.
Y'all ain't taught us shit. Keep playing these Richard Pryor records. He teaching me everything about life.
Yeah.
You know, and some of this shit was fucked up. He was trying to teach me, but
right. Well, you gonna learn real shit from real people.
I looked at the comedy and it was like he just kept it 100.
Right.
You know.
So Richard Pryor was one of your influences. Do you have any more?
Bernie Mac, man. I love Bernie Mac.
Shout out to Bernie Mac.
Red Fox. Y'all see? Somebody said I see Red Fox and Richard and I ain't trying to beat him, but maybe that's who influenced me. And
right.
Some of that blood and soul, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be me though. Them my jokes.
Oh yeah.
You know?
It's your personality.
Right.
It's just what you grew up watching. It's like me with Chappelle. Some of my
He one of the coldest motherfuckers.
inflections. He's one of my favorites.
And, you know, I'm doing this show in this hometown. When are we doing that show? If y'all go to Rob Allen Jr. on Bookface, there's a flyer up there for me, Tank with a C, and Vet Williams.
Okay, shout out to Tank with a C.
When we doing that show? December the 9th.
Y'all gonna be in Springfield?
Yeah, we're gonna be in Springfield.
Yellow Springs.
Yeah, you know, like he gonna come. He ain't gonna come. This motherfucking place so little, dude. They ain't even got roaches, because if one came, 2 niggas could stump their foot and they gonna exterminate that whole motherfucker. No, it's a nice place. I'm just fucking with y'all. Y'all know I love y'all. That motherfucker little. But we gonna be in Springfield.
Yellow Springs.
Springfield.
Okay.
No, he in Yellow Springs. That's right.
Yeah.
We going to Springfield.
Oh, okay.
And what else we got going? Rob Alexander. Rob Alexander. That's my dude. I got a show with him December the 2nd. It's his birthday. He do it annually. And he's got a bunch of comedians, man. Comedian Yushan.
Shout out to you, Sean.
Shout out to you, Sean.
Yeah, Mr. Sean. I've been knowing him for a long time.
Okay.
Sean called me. I might need a ride, man.
So Rob, let me ask you this, man. How do you feel about? I saw Michael Collier.
Oh yeah,
I love Michael Collier. But he told me, well, when he said on the interview, he didn't tell me, but he said on the interview, like, you know, Red Fox did some jokes, and he's been dead for 20 years, but he feel like his jokes shouldn't die. So he pretty much like recycled some of them jokes. How do you feel about like retelling other comics' jokes?
But man, you know what? It has to be somebody that know him. Now, if he, you know, like if he knew him, or he just like, oh no, I'm an old nigga. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I thought about that with this one comic, and this motherfucker one of the funniest comics ever, man. And he had stroke. You know, God bless him. God, Kenny Adams, man. These 2 of the comics.
Shout out to Kenny Adams.
You know that I've been doing for years. Kenny Adams is that's my dude too, man. Always took me up Rob Harris. But let me tell you something. The dude that was funny was this dude called Daryl Banks out of Toledo, and he had a stroke while on stage, and he was one of the funniest dudes ever, man. You know, I mean, to me.
Right.
And he had a couple of jokes, you know. I mean, they was funny. I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell the 2 that I love. He had the one joke. This Daryl Banks now. This ain't me being Daryl Banks.
Right.
Daryl Banks had the one joke. Was like, yeah, pussy was meant to eat. What is pussy spelled backwards? Daryl Banks! Toledo! One of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
And look, the other joke that motherfucker had, he talk about when he was smoking, he used to smoke that shit. He was like, I used to smoke some shit. He was like, I remember getting high and I was looking on the floor. He said he was looking on the floor for some shit, and he ended up smoking the poodle. Daryl Banks!
Okay. Shout out to Daryl Banks.
Yeah, shout out to Daryl Banks.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
So he's any like local as you were
Oh
coming
man,
up?
y'all, it's a bunch of local, man. It's a bunch of local guy going on. But I ain't in the local scene, so I don't get to see everything. So you know, but from what I see, everybody trying to run, man. Everybody trying to run. Everybody trying to do their thing. You know, nigga, put your shoes on and win the marathon. You know,
right?
Cleveland comedy is on the rise.
It ain't gonna be no sprint. It ain't 400-yard dash. You know, it's like, oh, this motherfucker. And then let me tell y'all something of this, man. Some of y'all motherfuckers is real funny. You not gonna get as much work as the motherfucker that is just regular funny. You not.
Right.
Cause if you real funny and you ain't living in Cleveland or fucking Avon Lake or some motherfucking shit, Cincinnati, they not gonna look at you like they looked at, and you could be 10 times as funny. 10 times. 10 times as funny. Invest in you. Put your money in you.
Right.
Put your money in you. You gonna do this shit, just put your money in you. Because, you know, you can be almost funny and be out here making a bunch of money.
Right.
And then you can be real funny sitting at home, be like, why is that almost funny motherfucker making money?
Promoting.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
But guess what? He almost funny.
Right.
He not a threat. He ain't no threat. He ain't
So you saying
he ain't you? He ain't finna go up there and be like, motherfucker, I just did my set. Fuck with that.
So basically, what you're saying is like you got a lot of mediocre comics that's doing well financially because they being put on shows because the people, they bringing them along so they won't be funnier than them. Is that what you're saying?
No, and I ain't saying it. No, I ain't saying it like that. I'm just saying a threat is a threat, bro.
Right.
Because it could be that motherfucker that had one funnier show, then the other three be like, okay, you deserve where you supposed to be. I'm talking about the motherfucker that, dude, let me just say this. You know, a lot of times I thought, hey, man, I can do boom, boom. And I thought about it, I was like, no, they don't want me on the show. Mm-hmm. I ain't done nothing to them. They don't know me. But they know I'm finna hit everybody with some shit. I had motherfucker wouldn't even take a picture with me in Pittsburgh, one of the biggest comics out here, and took a picture with everybody down in the guest room. And I got to stand over there. I think I went second that day. All the little hype young motherfuckers was there. Mm-hmm. I was funny anyway, you know. And motherfucker wouldn't take a picture with me.
Wow.
So he had to go take a long shit, but he took a picture with everybody else. I was like, man, take a picture with Unc real quick, bro. Boom, I had my phone out. We could have did it real quick. And then I was like, okay.
Yeah, comedy's weird like that. You got people that talk to you one day and not talk to you the next.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
I've had that.
Yeah, me
I've
too.
had that in my early career. I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah, people.
Yeah.
But you know, you learn how to separate yourself from those people, just like in any life. You know what I mean? It's just it's unfortunate because you go out and just talk your shit. I go out and have if I go out, I'm never doing a show by myself. So there's other comics there. I hope everybody does good. I'm never sitting there like, I hope he does bad so I can do better.
Oh, man, but you don't know it's so many that do that.
It's amazing, though, the people that think that way. That they even have that thought in their head. It's like, don't you want the whole show to be good? Because you don't want the crowd to ever have a lull.
Look.
They're trying to win their spots.
I guess.
I want to win my spot with Pete. So I hope your show bombs. And then Pete said, you're the next great one.
Right.
Look, you're the next great one.
Look, speaking of shows, when I was doing... Yeah, shout out to Pete. When I was doing my show, I couldn't afford this guy right here, man. Yeah, I'm like, yo, Rob. I'm like, yo, Rob, man, can you...
That was a nice club, too.
I was like, Rob, can you... Yo, Rob, can you, and I tried to explain to him, look, man, I ain't trying to offend you, but I have a small budget, man. I'm new to this,
He said, well, you'll learn. Your budget's not big enough for me.
Rob was like, hold on. He said, man, I kept looking at the flyer of the club. I was like, oh, he young dude out here trying to ball. I kept like, he got a show every week.
Yeah, every other week, yeah.
Yeah, at a nice club, I think in the Heights or whatever.
Yeah.
And he called me like, Rob, man, I'd love for you to come up and do the spot, man. But the brother that called me through some hard times just reminded me I had comedy brothers in the comedy game. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that, man.
For sure, man.
I didn't even know you, like, really know you or nothing.
Yeah,
and
man.
you was calling me, just like, nigga, boom, I hear you. But he had yeah, right.
It's a superpower.
Justin too, and him and Justin. But he called me to do it, so I was like, brother, I got you. Boom, use my peoples through all this bullshit I've been through in my life, and this is that. I'm like, what's the day of the show? And I was like, I'm there. I didn't even ask him about money or nothing. I figured he know who I am. I'm $5. Shit. He gonna know at least. Well, he booked me for the show, and then he kept calling me like big text. I'm like, I'm there, boom. And so I finally had to ask about the money because y'all know I ain't got no driver's license. And so I had to ask about the show. I was like, hey, look here, man. How much? What's the ticket? You know, what's the ticket mean? How much the money? How much I'm getting? And he said, I got $25.
That's all I got, man.
No, wait a minute. This what got me. And he said, but I'm gonna give it to you before you go up.
Come on, man.
Motherfucker.
Look, listen, look. Hey,
look, what you drinking?
You was excited.
Look, I got you, baby.
Because I ain't coming to that motherfucker.
Hey,
he had 25. But look, this what got me because this was a soldier in him. He said, but I'm gonna give it to you before you go.
Make you feel even better.
Like, hey, I don't care what happened. I got 25 in my pocket.
Look, let me tell you something. I started doing comedy earlier at the Funny Stop. I had a bunch of people come up to watch me do comedy. And before the show was over, this dude had all my people, man. I was like, Rob, you stealing all my fans, bro. Man, shout out to Rob Allen, man. Yeah, I love this guy, man. Hey, I'm glad he came to the show.
Yeah, where we at?
At the Midnight Paco Podcast, baby.
Hey, I'm right here. I got the shirt.
Yeah.
I'm selling shirts too, remember?
Episode of the Midnight Paco Podcast brought to you in part by the Acumen Paralegal Services. Help you help yourself the legal way. The services that they offer is they help with documents that need to be typed, guardianships, probate, divorce, wills and trust, complaints, business organization, financial planning, and legal research and writing. Go ahead and give them a call at 216-727-0049 or 216-456-2000. Michelle White will get you right.
Yo, Jay, where they can find you at, baby?
You can follow me at Justin Fuller Comedy on Instagram, people.
And you can find me at _great_COREE. That's where you can find me. Or you can find us both at the Midnight Paco Podcast.
Google us on everything.
Yeah.
Rob Allen Jr. on Bookface.
Yeah.
Bookface.
Hey.
Appreciate everybody. Love you all.
Yeah, peace.
Peace out.
Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast.